out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on Bitcoin. Getting a nice pump here on the birthday of Bitcoin. Bang, bang, bang. Birthday pump from my man, Big Al's. God bless each and every one of you. Bitcoin going to the moon here. 97.2 would be a great weekly close, but we'll take this where we're at right now. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We'll be here in 10 minutes. Getting it in. Let's get that countdown up and running. No days off for the lifer, baby. No days off. It does not end. 7 days a week. They got me in the dungeon. They say I can stream and then I have to go back in the dungeon. I get 1 banana a day. I told them not to short. I told them not to short the market, but they did it anyway. These freaking people over here. I said, why are you shorting? Because I want to short. Because I think the market goes down every day. I told you, why are you shorting the market over here? Huh? How many times you going to short when I told you not to short, huh? What are you freaking, huh? Huh? Get over here, Johnny. Give him another. Hey, John. Hey. You ever do that again, Johnny? Man, these kids don't listen over here. I tell you what, huh? Pinky blinders over here, huh? Shout out to everybody here. I got to put on my vest just to show them who's boss, huh? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. 1979, that's when it all began. No. 86,400 what? 86,400 seconds in a day. A wealthy person uses them to their advantage. They relax as well as they hustle. You know what I mean? When they plan out a golf trip, they're out there doing their thing. But when they're in the boardroom grinding, they're in there doing their thing. You know, I found out about wealthy people. When they play hard. When they work hard. Amen. Let's play hard right now let's work hard right now so we can play hard later today. Huh? How about that? So we can be in the jacuzzi tonight smoking cigars for the wins that we had or for the moves that we made. Let's take a look at what's happening in the market today and have a blast. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. 97,140 for Bitcoin. It's bouncing nicely. Money coming into the markets. I was long. I'm in a long. We're going to see what happens to that long as we continue throughout the day. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And thank you for coming on in and hitting that like button. We appreciate you. What do we do here on this channel? Well, every single day I go live. I find some of the hottest altcoins every single day, whether it comes to AI agents on Sui, AI agents on virtual. We tell you what the narratives are before they're hot. One of the first channels to dive and grab onto what's happening because I go live every single day without a day off. So once the narrative flips, once something changes, someone gives us a coin, someone tells us something, I deep dive it, I figure it out. And through this channel, no lie, and through each and every one of your participation and from our ability to show up every single day without a day off, we're able to corner this market, figure out what's happening, and stay privy to the newest narratives. We trade altcoins. I like to trade Bitcoin live if I get a chance. If there's something out there, I do take the trade. I show you my live trades. I'm always open. I have a good time. And that's the Lifer Show. My name's Sam Price. I like to spread light, love, and positivity throughout the world every single day. I just want you to feel happy and be blessed. That's it. You know, I believe in God, but I'm not going to sit there and push my godliness on you and say you have to do this and be a preacher. To me, it's up to you and whatever life you want to live. I'm telling you the life I'm living. I'm just being honest with my life. If you think it's cool, then let's do it. You know what I mean? It's up to you. It is what it is. So I love each and every one of you. I thank you so much for jumping on in. And I appreciate you all for being a part of this amazing Crypto Lifer Show. Because without you guys, let's be honest, there is no show, right? That is what it is. Let me turn this down here. That is my DeBell. I don't need my DeBell. All right. 97,100 for Bitcoin. We're going to break down what I see happening for BTC, which controls the most of the market. Then we're going to see what else is brewing. If we open it up, we can see that we do still got that liquidity at 99,000. We've been waiting to hit it for a couple of days now, and it might just be a rejection point of a double top. We'll see what happens, but 99K looks somewhat likely here. They still got this guy at 95.5. That wouldn't be too fun. And then that global liquidity still down there. But those could be just rich people with some Hail Mary buys at 86,000. They never get filled. I'm open-minded to that. I'm looking for the weekly candle to close above 97.2. I've been saying that, and you'll see each week I kind of stay on the same stuff, the same points over and over again. Today is the macro technical analysis video that will be out later on in the afternoon. Look out for that. And yeah, let's break down Bitcoin. Let's see what's happening. So right off the bat here, I made a long for BTC. It's in the money right now. And I'm going to kind of discuss why I believe this could pump to the upside and what I'm looking for. But I'm just trading this flag on the 4-hour time frame. It looks beautiful. Pulling the 21 to cross the 50, cross the 80, cross cross the 100, and cross. Yeah, it looks like it's going to cross the 80 and cross the 100. very bullish sign for me for BTC. The 1 hour breaking out of the flag that I talked about right here. I went over this morning. Maybe it makes a shoulder ahead. We might make a right shoulder there. It is a Friday. I don't expect a lot of crazy movement on Friday. What I am looking for is this Adam and Eve to break to the upside. It always makes this little flag lately. I've been seeing that a lot too. And then the Adam and Eve can rip here and break out like it's supposed to. Like 90% of the time I see these break out the length of the neckline to the end of the bowl. So there's a 90% chance, as far as I'm concerned, that we go back to 107,000. I know that's crazy, right? This guy's saying 90%. Where does he come out of this stuff? I've backtested this for years. Only like 1 out of 10 of them doesn't play out. So if it doesn't play out, so be it. Again, I always get to have that, but anything is possible. But yeah, that is what it is. But if it doesn't play out, so be it for BTC. All right. But, and again, we'll know. How do we know? The 1 hour will lose the 200 MA. You see? We'll lose the 200 MA on certain time frames, and you'll be able to see that it's not playing out. It's not working out. Understand? Like, it's so cool how these time frames, even if we stutter step, it could be a time to kind of reassess a trade, and then you can always get back in when there's more confidence in the bigger move. So yeah, there's a chance we do go all the way to 101,800, right? Before we break, what was this previous resistance as support, like resistance, SR flip right there. I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin's very good at SR flipping. It really respects it. I was teaching this the other day in my trading group. I was talking about it here on the live even, and I've shown how SR flips on the bigger time frames play out nicely. Even this 1 hour, I mean, that's a big wick. We came right to that area. So far, let's see if we can continue to move. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I like the 4 hour time frame. To me, it's breaking out here of a little bit of a flag. Maybe it doesn't even end up breaking out. There's a chance it does one of these, consolidates, pulls the 21. But whatever I'm seeing is looking bullish for Bitcoin. And then let's, basically, I would just watch your 4 hour, and we want to see if the 4 hour can get above the 200 MA. As long as the 4 hour breaks the 200 MA before it loses 96.2, that's what I'm looking for. So that's kind of the trap I'm in right now. And so I took the long because it's high risk on a low volume Friday. But I decided to take the long. I decided that they're just, it looks the best. So I'm in there like, what's so special about the ADMA? And nothing really. It's just part of my band. I just use a band. And it's just successions. Honestly, if you understand what AMAs are and how they're made, you could use any one of them. Any single one. Like, it doesn't matter which one you use. And you'd be like, what are you saying, Sam? Well, like, I could change this to the 13 and the 34. And I can only buy one as long as one's smaller than the other one or shorter, you could call it whatever you want. The number is a smaller number. Like, one's a 10-day and one's a 3-day, the 3-day. Whatever it is, but mainly you want to use like the 13, 30, whatever numbers you use. And the smaller time frame, the quicker it'll happen back and forth. So if you like to use crosses, the point is you can use any two time frames you want, any two you want. I guess I kind of got to demonstrate this, but this takes some time to demonstrate. For instance, I could be on Solana. Nice pump for Sol, by the way, and we've been calling that move on the daily off of this bounce. Previous support is resistance. We did get the bounce. At one point, Sol had to bounce there, And what I'm looking for Sol, you might even make this shoulder head, and that way they could scare us one more time, but it's just an inverted, right? Morning, Sam. I make money every day, and you're the reason for it. My vet, baby. Shout out to you, man. You do your thing. The Digital Citizen. God bless you for the $4.99. And thank you so much for jumping on into the live, saying what up. And throwing down, man. God bless you. And today's Friday, one of the last days for a lot of people. They may be traveling. I don't know what's happening. Seems to be low volume on the day on the viewership on Google and YouTube. 217. Setting up for a great next week. Yeah. Dude, last night's stream was amazing. Last night we did a weekly screen share. A private weekly screen share together, and we just knocked it out the park. We really went over the coins that matter and things that are like really on the radar. Bitcoin's struggling now, 96.8, not able to kind of hang. And anything is possible. Always have a stop loss. What looks like to me is we may just be making some type of pattern like so. I like where we're at on the 21-day moving average. Just sideways price action on a Friday. I don't expect a lot. One thing I'd say, if you made good gains day trading this week, then I wouldn't put a huge trade in on a Friday afternoon, Friday morning. It's lower volume. 9 out of 10 times you're not going to get the payday, especially after the week we've had. And even next week usually takes another week to bring it out. So not next week, but the following week, I expect everything to kind of really be fine-tuned, and that's when the markets will be kind of absorbing everything efficiently, and we'll be kind of right where we need to be. Market values will have set, and Bitcoin will kind of start to find its true value and begin to kind of continue to go over that where it usually does, and then pull back again. You're an international treasure. Almost, what did you say here? He says, you're an international treasure. Almost instantly became my favorite guy on YouTube. Authentic and a great sense of humor. Seed oils suck. Yo, down with seed oils, man. They're the reason why my omega-3s are way off. And they're in everything. No seed oils, sunflower, get it out of here. There's a bunch of other ones. Canola, vegetable. It's done. If it's not olive oil, I'm out of here. Can we have avocado oil? I don't even know, though. I haven't done my research on the avocado oil. They make it sound healthier, but usually that's, What is it with the avocado oil over here? Screen share was fire. Watch 5 a.m. UK time. God bless you, brother. Okay, so you can have avocado oil. All right. What part of Boston are you from over here? West Roxbury, dude. Westy kid. I grew up in West Roxbury, dude. I went to Boston Latin. I was a city kid. I hang out down in Copley Square. It's only seed oil you can use, but expensive. Olive oil and vinegar, romaine lettuce salad saved my health. It's a game changer. Olive oil and vinegar. Amen. God bless you, man. Shout out to the White Rabbit. Follow the White Rabbit. So anyway, watching Bitcoin, most likely going to go sideways throughout the day. If the 15-minute decides it's going to lose the 200, we're in for a dump, likely down to 93,800. That's it. That's my day. That's all you have to know for Bitcoin today. It's a simple day. It's lower volume. So look for the 1 minute, the 1 hour to go sideways. And look, we're also kind of projecting this shoulder, head, somewhat of a right shoulder there, and a break up. All right? That's what we're looking at. Shout out to Timothy. How's TEMA doing? Seems like it could consolidate it and ready to blast off. I don't know. It may be kind of done. You never know. It was a smaller coin. Nice 10x. Who knows what could happen? It's holding 30 million. That ain't bad. Seems to be consolidating. It actually bounced. So far it's doing what it's supposed to do off that 786. And then if you look deep and you deep dive it there, you see you got the inverted head and shoulder. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it's textbook, right? I like to, so challenge this idea, but 68% of the time, no matter what the asset is, no matter what time of day, no matter what day, this pattern will break out. So let's see if the legacy is true. This comes from the 13th century of trading, right? Or 1300s or something. Guy writing down the price of rice. And over time, he saw that these patterns played out over time. So, that's the folklore that I like to kind of spin it. I don't know if it's true, but it sounds cool. So let's keep it that way. You know what I mean? It sounds cool. Like, he wrote down the price of rice in the 1300, and people bought and sold it. And as the price of rice went up and down throughout the year, he tracked it. And eventually he saw that all these patterns were made. And he's able to kind of find out a sense in these patterns. So this says that about 7 out of 10 times we're going to end up somewhere at 5 cents. That's a beautiful inverted head and shoulder on TEMA. So there you have it. I mean, and you're bouncing off the 786. That's textbook technical analysis right there. And mind you, this is another reason why, that is the cup. The sacred, that's the cup. And that is the handle, right? And there's your cup and handle with the bigger measured move too. Similar, gives you 4 cents. So, and again, and then what I also learned, which was crazy, was we got the flat top and that's an ascending triangle. So the cup and handle, the inverted head and shoulder, and the ascending triangle were all the same pattern. Some people only saw the ascending triangle. Some people see the cup and handle. Some people only see the inverted head and shoulders. Some people see all three. It's kind of like, do you see the rabbit or the bear and all that fun stuff? The duck or the rabbit? It's like that. Right? I hope your mind's blown and we're talking about a meme. All right. I've already given you so much TA that it's just insanity, and it's a Friday. It's a Freaky Friday. Sorry. But shout out to no Diddy. Shout out to everybody here on the live, though. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. How do you look at just the screen? Double click it and you'll see whatever you want big. Sometimes I want to see the RSI big, stochastics by itself. Double click it. Make it nice and big. Unclick it, double click it to see it out. 97,290 for BTC. And Sammy is starting to show some gains. Let's see if we can get a pump here for BTC. Up 4.5%, $25,000 trade. Starting to look good. Everything's starting to look the way it's supposed to, out the flag to the upside for BTC. The Adam and Eve double bouton, which is also supposed to hold me down. Let's see what happens here for Bitcoin. I'm just using technical analysis, not my mind, not my emotions. I'm sticking to the script. I'm keeping it 100. You do whatever makes you happy, but this is how I trade. No emotions needed. I'm looking for Sol to go to 341 and make me some gains. I got 100 grand at 109. I'm up $100,000. Let's keep it going, baby. At one point, we were up 150,000, 153 at the most. Yeah, 153 because it went to 262. And I have to always take that 9 off the even number, right? But so far, a good investment. In about a year's time, so far, Sol is still up unrealized 100,000 and about $8, right? So, $108,000. God bless you, Solana. May you continue to pump and provide. That's amazing. All right. Well, God bless God bless me for making the decision. God bless God for giving me the opportunities. But the team and everyone, I just want to say, technology, man. I don't want to misuse my blessings there. Well, an amazing time to be alive. Hi, brother. Happy new. Please check SPX 69. Happy New Year. God bless you too, man. And then super chats are rolling in, so you can see what I see happening for Bitcoin. We're sitting at 97,002. You know how important 97.2 is to me on that weekly time frame. And there's really not much else to talk about here for BTC. Later on, you're going to get your macro analysis for BTC, and we're going to break it down, and we're going to have some fun. And now we can spend a good amount of time here deep diving and having a blast. Okay. One thing I did want to, normally I might jump into a live trade on the 1 minute and have some fun, scalping and all that. But Friday's almost, can be a little sketchy. Let me just take a look at what I'm seeing on the smaller time frame. Yeah, it's already kind of jumpy from what I'm looking at here on weeks. It's a bit up and down. A lot of chop right there on the small time frame. So, does look like we could make an inverted and, definitely something to watch. We could lose the 200 and but it's just up and down. I wouldn't get too crazy here on the small time frames. It's low volume. It's people that don't understand the market too well and are over trading, in my humble opinion. But I could be wrong. I don't want to be rude. But I wouldn't partake in that. I'd look at it. I'd trade the 1 hour, the 4 hour with a broader stop loss because they can take all those people out inside and still keep me fresh, So Solana, if you're wondering, I'm sure there'd be a super chat about it today. People love it. Yeah, I see a possible right shoulder, a little bit of a pullback, but a beautiful pump up there to 219, 218. And Solana solidifying that bounce is what we needed. Previous support is resistance. And again, we're not out the fire yet, but so far so good. All right. Again, another thing I want to say is it's not all bullish for Bitcoin. Anything could happen. I still want to reiterate that, hey, what if this is a double top? What if we dump? What if we lose the 200 MA? What if we go back inside this pattern and you see us back here at 91,000? It could happen. Again, so far the odds are starting to kind of blend in our favor that it's not going to happen, but Right now, I'm more of a bull than a bear. The closer we get to that $97,200 area, I get excited. Because I like my weeklies. Right as I said that, we hit it. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Like right as I said it. Let me do it again. Let's go to 97,300. Boom! Sending my energy into those charts, man. And you're like, this guy's out of his mind. I am. I was a Harley Davidson riding, risk taking, you know, ripping my Harley at 1 a.m. around this crazy bend on the BQE after going across the Williamsburg Bridge at like, you know, exorbitant speeds. Look, there it goes to 97.3. I willed it into position. And now the shorts are getting affected here. Let's take a look at Le Bookmap. Le Bookmap. And so Bookmap shows us where the liquidity is. Also shows us liquidations happening live in real time. And you can see there's going to be a bunch of liquidations here at 97.6. And all the way up to 99,000. We will liquidate the bunch. And that's where the most liquidity is, the closest liquidity. So if we go anywhere, bit of a cheat code here, but Bitcoin, you know, it's suggesting that we're going to go up into 99K and we're going to rip some shorts. That's what it says is going to happen. Again, I'm not telling you that's what's guaranteed to happen, but that's what it says is going to happen. And that happens usually, that's correct. If you watch my channel and you hang out, you know, for days it was low, and we finally took the dump. You know what I mean? 97.3, baby. Let's go. Let's walk the walk. Let's do the do. Anyone that took the trade with me this morning is in the gains now. No complaints. Another winner chicken dinner here in the trading group. Put a 333 if you made gains today trading in the group. Maybe you made a short. I don't know. But if you made the long with me, let me know. God bless everybody here on the live. Oh, the BQE is crazy. Are you kidding me? I rode that thing up and down like a maniac. I have no idea. Bumps and turns. I can't believe I'm alive, man. I shouldn't be here. May God thank you for everything that you've given me and keeping me alive my whole life, man. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Shout out to my buddies and all my awesome people. Shout out to Crypto Clown World. Ali Cater, Martin, DJ, D-Gen Friend. I mean, he's got the best name, D-Gen Friend. I mean, he kind of did it. Like everybody wanted it, may have forgot about it, but he did it though, the D-Gen Friend. I mean, and look at the E's and the N's, and it just all goes so well. Like, you can't say that's not hot. That should be a coin. Is it out there, D-Gen Friend? I mean, the fact that that's not a coin, that thing would rip. How would that not become one of the biggest coins in the game? D-Gen Friend. Like, I don't know. I'm not making a coin. So, but if I were to, I'd name it D-Gen Friend, man. And it would rip. Right? Do you think we're hitting 99K? You already won by waking up another day. 100%. 100%. All right, this guy's screaming about bio protocol. Let's take a look at bio. I know when someone's onto something. Let's take a look at, oh wow, it's already got a $1 billion market cap, man. How did it get a $1 billion market cap in a day? Yeah, I don't know. Something's weird about that. I guess it's the hottest thing. I don't know. I'd be careful of this. I'm walking away. Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Anyway. No, not that one. It's on big. Interesting. Yeah, sure. Okay. USD dominance and Bitcoin dominance both losing 4-hour SMA. Others pumping. Alts about to moon. It's a good thing. We're going to go over that today later on the macro analysis. But yes, let's take just a glimpse at Bitcoin dominance. And it did suggest last night we were going to get this little bit of a pullback here. And look at that. Losing the 200 MA on the daily. On the daily. Let's take a look at that and see kind of what that could do. So, I mean, that's a bear sign. Like, you have a low, a high, a low, a lower high. We're looking for the lower low now. Almost looks like it's going to come down like so. And I mean, that happens. That's alt season like you read about. And alt season has been known to be quarter one. And have a pretty big impact and flutter into quarter two. But you know what I mean? January, February, March is always some type of alt season. March specifically into April or May, and there's these monster pumps. So, yeah. ADA is the most revolutionary crypto since Bitcoin. I like that you're saying that. All in on ADA. God bless you, brother. I've been in ADA since 2 and 8 cents, so I believe I'm with you, brother. Let's go. ADA to the top. ADA to the moon. So, yeah, Bitcoin dominance dropping, losing that daily TMAI. We could see, and this is a foreshadowing of what you're going to see here on that macro analysis video. Just get you kind of excited. Let's take a look at Cardano getting a nice rip. People getting back in. I know known rappers that have big followings that are buying Cardano memes. And look at Cardano with the monster pump. And it was just that time. Altcoins solidifying themselves. That is a monster candle. And that's that Bitcoin dominance letting go. And the altcoins just releasing to the upside. You've got your low, a high, a macro higher low. We're going to 177. I see a bigger move here for Cardano. It's only a matter of time. And I'm a big Cardano guy. Cardano to the moon. ONDO, another great coin. Let's take a look at what's happening to ONDO. ONDO looking just like Cardano, a little bit behind. We talked about it in my trading group. Hidden bullish divergence, low stochastics, Fibonacci retracement. That is the best place to be getting undervalued positions. 131 it bounced to, unbelievable. And ONDO headed to $3.03 and 0.3%. But I see ONDO headed to 3 beans. And that's our next stop, our next bigger leg, in my humble opinion. And again, I could be wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but this is what the technical analysis is saying based on the cup and handle, the bounce off that previous resistance as support. Okay? I just kind of want to teach you guys what I'm looking at there. If your coin didn't lose its 200 MA, it's still in good shape. The 200 MA is a very important framework to trade off of. I love using it. It's awesome. Shout out to the 2,119 beautiful souls here on the live. Maybe get the likes up to the watchers here in 2025. I would greatly appreciate it. We're accustomed to 1,000 likes. It would be nice if we could get there every single day. And, don't spoil me. Bitcoin getting the move to the upside as so far we talked about here. And we're getting this nice pump on the 1 hour time frame out of the flag to the upside. The 4 hour, as suggested, getting just very, 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 very chubby, right? Getting a nice big pump to the upside here. The 4 hour getting a chubby candle, what? But it's pumping, and we see this thing. Can you get back above that 200 MA and get the bounce to the upside? That's what we're looking for here for BTC. Get your mind out of the gutter. I was just talking about the candle, but this thing could bounce off that 200 MA. I mean, it tried it here. It tried it here. Third time could be the charm with the Adam and Eve double bottom. Looking for this pump on the 4 hour time frame, and here we go to the upside, up $94. The trade is starting to make a gain, up 9.7%. And this is how you make trades here every single day, just to add to the portfolio. It's all about winning. The more you win, the more you stack. The more you stack, the more confident you become in trading. The more fun trading becomes when you don't lose all the time. Make trading fun again. Learn how to win with the lifer. God bless everybody for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. And we have such a special moment to share, the present moment. I used to spend so much time in the past beating myself up about what I did and didn't do and all these horrible things that had happened. Days, hours of my day were spent thinking of the past, literally sitting there thinking of it, daydreaming. And I wondered why I couldn't get ahead, because I literally was using my mind and all my resources to go back in time. I literally was going back in time. You can do this. You can get stuck in time, stuck in thoughts, stuck in emotions that hurt so bad you go back into them. It became a habitual form for me to go back into my own mind and back inside time and not live in the present moment. I did it day in and day out all the time. I would sit there and revisit these moments and stare, just isolate myself and stay in states of what's called quote unquote depression. I truly believe depression it exists, but it exists if you make it exist. Anything you exist can exist. Once I started working out and creating natural endorphins from my mind, and that created something that I could check off the list to say that I did, I started feeling so much better about my life. And I believe if you work out, If you're struggling right now like I was, if you were depressed in a room, if you want to trade, but you're just having this problem, you keep losing and you just feel like there's, you're smart enough, you're articulate, you read, you have all this intelligence, but you somehow have an emotional block that's stopping you. All right? You got to start talking positively to yourself. You got to start working out in the morning, and you got to start listening to Jim Rohn. If you give me 1 month of working out and listening to Jim Rohn, just 1 month, I promise you there's going to be a change in your life. I promise you something will happen. There will be a breakthrough in some way, shape, or form. You will not be the same person. Just give me 1 month of your life in my training group where you go over the charts with me every single day. We work out every single day, and we listen to Jim Rohn every single day. Just give me 1 month. 1 month. Because once we get you on a 30-day track, I believe we can change anybody's life. That's how we get you on track. Everyone wants to become a great trader, but becoming a great trader takes discipline, focus, and those are the things you need to build up inside. Bitcoin, 97,458, getting a beautiful pump to the upside here. And if you took the long with the lifer, you're in gains. It's up to you now. You could raise that stop loss to break even. You could shave it. You could do whatever makes you happy, but you're in the gains at the present moment in time. Jim, R-O-H-N, Jim Rohn. All right? He's not here anymore. All right? You can Wikipedia him. You can, but Jim Rohn, Emmanuel James Rohn, right? And I'm Samuel James Price, which is kind of strange, right? But he passed in December 5th of 2009. All right? So, Emmanuel James. I never realized I'm Samuel James. He was Emmanuel James. Interesting. Known as Jim Rohn, American entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker. This guy changed my life and still does every day. I use his wisdom and thoughts constantly to better myself, become a better father, a better husband to my wife, and a better man to all the people in my life. He wants me to raise my moral standards, raise my energy, raise my vibration. He teaches you the manifestation theories too of how to, create your own reality. He does it subtly without you realizing, though, by setting goals, by writing down where you want to be a year from now. Write it down. When you write things down, you become more accountable for them. How much do you want to be worth in exactly a year from now? And it's not about the money, but it's about a goal. Set a goal. Use that wisdom that has been taught by others before you. You can, you will, you are the best. Build yourself up. Talk positively. He talks about give yourself 3 days of positive talk. Are you into negative self-talk? Talking down to yourself a lot? Are you constantly whispering, I should have? Do you make a good trade and the first thing out of your mouth is, I can't believe I watch it go pump, and oh man, I can't believe I sold early. What do you mean? You got in and you got out. Let's go over the facts. Most people are going to lose their money attempting to trade today. Only the skilled and disciplined will make money today trading. Most people will lose their money. Okay? Are you going to be most people, or are you going to be skilled and disciplined? It depends. Let's get you to the top. ONDO, baby. If you want to join my trading group, if you want to find out more, there's a pinned comment at the top of all of these here, and you can go to cryptolifer.com and check it out. All right? Unlock your education and find financial freedom. Find a way to just learn more, right? Every single day, and be around people that want to learn more. You can subscribe to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. All right, so XRP, we talked about it yesterday, put it out at 222. It's at 4333. Interesting now, but it's up about 11%. And I see a bigger move coming for XRP. That's why I didn't put it out, because I had the trade already yesterday, and it highly likely we're going to get the move to the upside, and we did that. So XRP, and I see it going to $4.58. That's the next big target after that beautiful consolidation. And that's bull market consolidation. It's just like that's how it's supposed to be. You get a huge pump, you just kind of go sideways for a while, and then boom. It's not supposed to be painful. It's just supposed to be kind of what it's, the beginners are supposed to feel the pain, but it's supposed to be just kind of a natural consolidation before the pump. Again, maybe, I like this 2-day chart. See, the 2 day is really where it's at. And the 2 day says we are about to lift off to the upside in a major way. I mean, those indicators look at you. This is what you're looking for on the 1 hour, the 1 minute, whenever you're trading. RSI pointing after a falling wedge. MACD small with the hill turning white curving. And the stochastics curving. And I mean, banana curve. Boom, right? And everything looking pretty nice. The 2-day chart for XRP looks absolutely lovely. Again, it could dump. Anything is possible. You know, Bitcoin's got to play ball. But man, and look at this. A nice short squeeze here for BTC. Ripping up into the, it looks like it hit into the 60, 97,650 area. Nice pump there for Bitcoin. Liquidating the shorts again into that 97,050 area. Yeah, we hit 97, about, I think, 625 here on the perpetual. How would you know? You have open, high, low, and close. You can hang out on that candle and see the high was 97,628 on the perpetual, right? Nice pump there. Now they're kind of bringing it down. Interesting. Want to see how far you are from your 21 on the 1 minute. Not too bad. And it's going to be a choppy road. You don't want to stare at this price action too long, especially on a day like today. Nice pump for BTC there. And there's still liquidity above us, but you could see we hit the red. Can we continue into that $98,000 area? It's going to take its time. There's low liquidity here on a Friday. Let's take a look at the super chat, see what's happening, see what people are saying in the markets. We got Jamie Clark with a £2. He said, hey, brother, Happy New Year. Please check SPX 6900. And that thing looked like it was going to moon. The last time I looked at it, we put it in an ascending triangle, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It got the pump. So let's see what's happening now for and Murad, the guy that loves his coin, said this is hot. I mean, there it goes. Look, I put it out in this flag. Looked like it was going to go up 100%. Since I talked about it, it's up 38%, and it went beautifully out of the flag to the upside. This has a huge market cap of $1.18 billion. A lot of liquidity there. And I see it going to 194 before it gets its next big pullback. A nice big leg to the upside here for the S&P 6900. This is on Uniswap for wrapped ETH, and it seems to have a big following of people that like to trade it and trade it hard. So again, I was just doing TA, and I knew that it was hot, and both those things combined usually give you some gains. And there you have already about 40% gains out, and I see more coming to about 194, 185. Congrats to anyone who took the trade or could see it the same way as I did, or got the education in which I provide, and were able to kind of see this, all by themselves. Blessings on everybody out here. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Your asset is your time, most valuable asset, and I appreciate you, giving your time to the stream. Without your time, we wouldn't have this beautiful stream. So thank you so much for everything, everybody. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And may God thank you all for jumping on in, being amazing, and kicking it with the lifer. All right. Good morning, lifers, said Yonohito. God bless you, man. You're always giving. I see many a super chat from you every couple of days. Thank you. Digital Citizen, $4.99. Morning, Sam. I make money every day, and you're the reason for it. Then my effect, baby. God bless you, my friend. I wish you all the best of the new year. Can you tell us where Brett supports and resistance is? Let's take a look at Brett. Shout out to Money Point asking about Brett. Let's take a look at Brett's support and resistance levels. But this is a nice call here on the channel. I could see it. It made sense to me. And no one even super chatted. I think I just kind of went over it just because it's something to talk about. Look at that 97,330. Bitcoin getting the beat down on a Friday. Up and down market here. And just very high risk to trade on a Friday. Don't use a lot of money on Fridays, in my humble opinion. Always be wary of the markets. I just want to check my risk tolerance. Yeah, there we go. Not bad. I'll take it. So, okay. Someone asked about Brett. Yeah, Brett. Now, Brett's one of the premier coins on base, all right? Once it crossed that $1.4 billion mark, looked great. Then it made the flag and then it tanked, right? The market pulled back. And everything's struggling to get back to its key area. And then virtuals came out of nowhere and took some market share too. Which I believe, it has to have an effect. I mean, billions of dollars running into virtuals. At the same time, there seems to be so much more money floating around than ever due to money printing and all. So I guess things hit billions of dollars now. Like, it's like Eminem. It's like just random, Now, Brett came all the way back down to its previous resistance. You can see, and it's a bit of a cup and handle there. And you can see its next resistance is going to be about 15. Then it rips back up to 18. And then that new all-time high back at 29.30. Brett gets pushed, it's on Coinbase. People talk about it. You look for this kind of right shoulder. So it has support at 11. It has resistance at 15. The next resistance is at 18. A little bit there, 23, and then the all-time high. So those are your support and resistance levels for Brett. And thank you so much for asking. And we love you. We appreciate you. Okay, how's TEMA doing? Seems like it consolidated and ready to blast off. We looked at TEMA earlier. Hey, Sammy, thoughts on DAG as a project? DAG. Is that Constellation DAO? Isn't it? Or Constellation? Yeah, Constellation. I remember this coin a long time ago. It's been out for a while. All right. It's a protocol that uses directed acyclic graph architecture to achieve a consensus that's, in theory, is capable of infinite scalability. With DAG protocol and custom state channels, Constellation is driving the evolution of smart contracts. The company was in 2017, and the roadmap dates back to April. When developing the project, the founding team decided to rethink the usual solutions to many of the problems for existing blockchains, such as scalability and centralization. I mean, it has a good idea. The marketing has been horrible. I'm being honest. Like, it's been around for years, and it really never really took off. All right? I knew about it, thought it would be hot, kind of abandoned the idea a long time ago when other things were hotter, because even the website's not too hot for a coin that's been out this long. Looks like a generalized, it's all right, I guess. You can't, how much better, what can you do? But build application-specific networks for DPIN. Funny, no one even talks about DPIN anymore. It's AI agents or nothing. Not crazy. And we did a whole AI agent deep dive last night. Shout out to everyone that came. The weekly screen shares are amazing. I find them absolutely riveting. We hang out together. We deep dive. We go on a massive just search through the internet. I kind of showed everyone how I do deep dives and searches. We had a blast. I just thought it was awesome. Really took the whole trading group on a magic carpet ride last night. My mind was blown. And we went over so many different ideas and really, figured out where the market's going and had a moment to see what's happening. Took a zoom out effect to see where we're at. So I love the weekly screen share. Resets me every week. Put a lot of effort into it every single Thursday night, and God bless everyone that showed up. We do have it recorded in the group in the screen share section. If you want to have access to that, it's there for you. All right, you can watch the weekly screen share from last night. It was awesome. I believe it is worth watching. I believe it's worth $99 a month all by itself. I truly believe that. But you guys can be the judge. 97,493, loving Bitcoin, holding the zone, especially on a Friday. So, and I'm more bullish, and you can see why, I guess. God bless you, Sam. Can you take a look at GALA? And can you take a look at TMAI? We'll take a look at GALA and TMAI. Shout out to Galaxy Gambles and Lego My Sats 369 and Matt, who wants to look at TMAI. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at GALA and TMAI. And I'll look at DAG too on the charts. Constellation. It looks like a lot of other coins, which is a good sign. It pumped, came back to support and resistance. Like every coin, I said this, right? I was like, every coin's about to bounce off its daily 200 or close to it. This one almost close to the 200 on the 2 day. And there's your cup and handle. There's your retracement. It's almost, like 90% of coins went right back to what? The golden pocket. Then we got a bounce, and this thing tends to follow Cardano. I don't know why, but I remember, you know, and I could be really off here, but AGIX, Cardano, and DAG, they all kind of used the pump around the same time. I don't know why, but they did. And so I could see this thing headed to probably 14 cents. DAG, right? Very interesting. Constellation. And bouncing off that 618 golden pocket area as well. And look at the, I mean, it all looks really nice. 14 cents looks very likely for this based on the indicators. And I could be wrong, but that's what the indicators are telling me. But I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But that looks good. GALA on MEXC. And GALA got the bounce. So like everything is getting the bounce. Altcoins. Beautiful bounce for the altcoin market in the last couple hours. I mean, it's just awesome. Last couple of days, even look at that. 4 days. This is the 2-day chart. I like the 2-day chart on all these coins. It's looking beautiful. And I see this headed to 8.4. I own GALA. It's in my, you know, I have it. And then the real bull run happens when GALA really starts to move. And we start getting back to these all-time highs. You know, 84 cents and beyond. I mean, that means you can get a 20x out of GALA from here. And I believe that's going to happen. I really do. Shout out to, this is the beginning of the bull run. I don't think people realize, like, the bull run hasn't even started yet. All the stuff we've been through is just the beginnings of the we're at the very bottoms. Retail isn't even here at a mass scale yet. Bitcoin 97.5, the trade's up 12%. You can't argue with 12% a day. All right? On a nice light Friday with low volume. Let's look at TMAI here on, and TMAI's hot. We gave it at a penny. This thing ripped to 12 cents. Maybe the high was what? 16 cents? It did a 16x. I got out somewhere at like 10 and 11, 7, and this thing just ripped. Unbelievable. And yeah, it got sold off. People got it for free as an airdrop. And so it did. It took a beating. All right, and it came out too when the market, you know, it still sat there flat, and then just wow, it was gone one day, absolutely gone. So I believe in TMAI. I believe it could do numbers over time. Okay, and it's still up a 5x from when I found it, which is bullish, right? But the pullback is tough, and you got to get those early sellers to kind of dump. 88, it's at the 786 retracement. Looks like you could come all the way back to that 886, and you could say, well, that was one crazy wake. You could go here and say, okay, conservative 786. And once it bounces there, that would be a good retracement. Sorry, my finger slipped there. But that would be a solid retracement for TMAI. And yes, I hold it, so I'm more bullish. But, and again, people are going to use it and want to, and there are more use cases. I just don't see why it can't get back to a penny and a half and continue to rip. So, over time, how does this not continue to pump? But you never know. I got faith in it, though. And this is a perfect accumulation point where no one's paying attention and everyone's, you know, everyone's emotional and in fear. You buy the fear. Again, you do whatever makes you happy, right? That area looks interesting to me for TMAI. Bouncing off that 706 key area on the Fibonacci key level, but so I would, you know, that's some, I universally would look at that on a, if I looked at 1,000 coins and they were 1,000 coins were in there, I like that key level. Bitcoin booming, 97,500, looking nice on the 1 minute chart here, like we might get a continuation of a move. Taking a look at here on weeks. See how it's flagging out now on that 1 minute. Some say it's even in this, like, what, a bigger rising wedge there. See, like that. Some may even say the legends of the rising wedge. And then it's ready to pump to 98,005. We're about to squeeze the shorts like you read about. And there's a breakout there for Bitcoin. Big pump for BTC now. I mean, now you're in the money on the trade if you traded with the lifer, baby. Put a 333 if you got down with the lifer, man. God bless each and every one of you. I love serving up hot gains, those hot meatloaf gains. Serving it right up like school lunch, baby. Banging to the upside, up 16% now. And now that trade is starting to cook, baby. Let it cook. And could we break out of the rising wedge and continue to pump? 97.2, the weekly support. And now could we close that candle Sunday night? And I'm just dreaming about a Sunday night candle close. And I'll order myself a cheesecake, a caramel cheesecake, a salted caramel cheesecake from Dry Dock. And I will eat it and laugh. Blessings on blessings. So nice pump here for BTC. And I'm going to take my daily gain. And I'm going to sell my trade and spin off into the night. Boom. I just like winning. And just slow, steady gains. Over time. Right? I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what are you doing over there? Anyway, so the pump all the way up there to what? 98,006, right? A little bit of bearish divvy there, but that thing could start to really, really rip, right? And remember that 4 hour looking nice. We're coming out the flag, and we could see some pumps galore later on today. So to me now, it's about that 4 hour 200 MA. You get above there, I'm going to be looking for a long with protection, and I'll continue to go at it until we nail it. But that Adam and Eve looks great for the daily, suggesting that the daily will provide more gains for you. And this retest here, see how it came down for that retest? That's also a good sign. I like what we're seeing here. So far, so good, because we retested this wick to wick here on the retest. You see? Very important. And Bitcoin getting aggressive at 97,650. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more pumpage to come here for BTC. Look at this thing. Starting to get big. And it's okay to pay yourself. I like to pay myself into pumps. All right, I've been in the trade for about a couple hours now. I wanted to take my gains. But doesn't mean I don't believe that this thing couldn't continue to pump. You could be a day trader, see where the market's going to go that day, but still take your daily quota. Do you have the discipline to do that? That's not easy. And to not go back in again, that's not easy at all. That's something that I'm training myself to do as I continue to day trade every single day. I mean, it's Friday and you can still day trade way different than you can in the regular market. Even though I know it's lighter liquidity, I have a plan. The plan worked out, so I just went with the plan, right? Like, this looks like a good breakout and continue up to 98,006. The chance I could put a stop below 97.2 and that's weekly support as resistance now. So I got this bigger idea that's going to hold me down. No guarantees, but it's a bigger idea there that I'm sitting on. All right. How's your RIA play date doing? Somebody asked. Shout out to Lucas K. Let's take a look at Reploy, right? And I have it here right there, RAI, So just kind of going sideways and still looking like it could get a big pump. I like that. Whenever these coins go sideways, it's good. It could go to zero. You never know. But it's holding a $50 million market cap. Sitting pretty good. It's an AI ecosystem built for blockchain. Of course it is, right? That's what it is. But anyway, and I see this kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. And, I'm long, baby, long. And we'll see what happens. And it's getting tighter inside the zone. Bit of more of a flag there. So it is what it is. And see if I can readjust this target even better now. But yeah, it says about 180% gain still coming. But again, it could go to zero too. I did buy into this, so you never know, everybody, I have no clue. This guy likes it for $4,000. That guy likes it for $7,000. Wow. This dude likes selling it at $9,000 and selling it at $4,000. But wow, interesting. Reploy AI. And just go to the website, do your deep dive. It got me once I did my, the AI ecosystem built for blockchains, the frontier for AI and Web3 builders, for research, for founders, no-code tools to empower innovation, highest blockchain, benchmark API layer for reasoning, 7 billion parameter trained, 89% DQ reasoning, 181 million tokens served, transform ideas into Web3 ecosystems with Reploy Editor. It just looks hot. With credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and more. Are you kidding me? Purchase tokens directly using your preferred payment method. We support major, that's just nuts. And so it's easy to get into. No complicated DEX interfaces, just quick and easy token purchases. I mean, the whole thing has me kind of at hello. So you do whatever makes you happy. But I grabbed it on the DEX, and I could be wrong. Maybe it isn't what I think it is. Who knows? I'm speculating, definitely, but it looks interesting. Let's take a look at XAI on the chart. It says ICE IV54. XAI, hot coin. I like it in the gaming industry. I don't think there's anything really like it in the gaming industry. And if we're talking about the same coin, XAI, right? Let's take a look at this puppy. I hold a little bit of this coin. I speculated on it a few months back. It's on Mexi, BitGet, Bybit, Binance, Camelot, KuCoin, all over the place too. Nice little pump there today, right? From 24 back up. But in the last week or two, it did have the last month, it's had a pretty nasty pullback. Let's take a look at what's happening here and kind of show you what it is though too. Just a quick, we're not going to go on the deepest dive, just a quick overview. So it's deployed to enable real economies and open trade in the next generation of video games. With XAI, potential billions of traditional gamers can own and trade valuable in-game items in their favorite games for the first time, without the need to use crypto wallets. Anyone can support XAI network by operating a node which allows them to receive network rewards and participate in governance. XAI is developed by Off-Chain Labs, leveraging Arbitrum technology. So it's a cryptocurrency divide to revolutionize the gaming industry by enabling real economies and open trade within video games. I mean, that's the best way to say it. That's the coolest, and boom, similar to Engine Coin, which had the smelting. I don't know how well it's all been playing out, but something similar to that. All right. Funny, Sleepless AI. That's a mini gem that I got on the low there. Sweet, back to 467. You gotta like that. And I got some free EtherFi when I staked and did my liquid staking there on EtherFi. So XAI, I wanted to see it get that bounce, some hidden bullets divergence. And again, that's why I don't trade unless I see the consolidation. It lost that level and fell to the downside. Got the sell-off back to almost where it all began. And it couldn't handle the market downturn being such a newer coin, right? And it's below the daily 200 MA. However, it's doing the bounce similar to all the other coins. Feels like it's going to kind of follow suit. And it's definitely in an undervalued area. See, most people are afraid to buy the fear. They want to buy when the greed comes out, but the fear was back down here. You had to buy here. Remember, I bought Bitcoin, and every time I buy that low, it feels like it's going lower. Every time I'm like almost positive it's going lower and it looks so bearish, I buy Bitcoin, and it turns out to being the best buys I've ever made. So if you did buy BTC when I did in the fear there, you bought somewhere below 94, 92, 3,000 there, and you made, you're not, that is in gains again. So again, my Bitcoin buys key. They are spot on. I'm very careful about them. I wait. I do not trust the greed. When the greed got crazy, I was like, man, I can't buy chunks now. And now we're ready to rock. It looks interesting. Bitcoin on the perpetual at 97.4 did get that pullback. All right. From my initial. I'm looking here just, there's a chance to get back in possibly if this can consolidate. I just want to see Bitcoin stay above its 200 MA on that 1 minute time frame. Use this key support as resistance here. And get back to 98,599. And that's there's a possible scalp there. I'm not saying I'm going to do it right now, but there's a possible scalp right there for BTC. Could make a right shoulder. I'm open-minded to anything at any possible moment in time. It's like playing chess. You don't know what the chess player is going to do, but you have to have the plan if the player does it. All right. What I like to do is I set up the trade before I even do the trade. Like, all right, I'll be at 98,595. And then I'd say, okay, stop loss would have to be below 97,190. A little too close to the bone for me there. But it could be like 130 for $900. I mean, that's crazy, right? Very close though. Could bring it a little lower. But yeah, you can see it's almost like that was almost like a 7-to-1 risk-reward ratio or something pretty crazy. You get the bounce. I've done that a few times. You get the bounce, so you don't risk a lot. The cool thing about that is, say you traded that 10 times and you lost it 5 times. You lose 5 times 127, right? Which is to be about a little over $600, right? 635 if I'm correct. Yeah, because 5 times is 100, 5 times is 20 is a 105, and then 5 times 5, yeah, 635, right? And you can check my math if you want, but 127 times 5 is 625, right? Is 635, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so the point is, and that's not hard to do. I divide. How did I do that fast? I don't know. I'm probably not that smart. Someone probably faster than me. But how do I do it that fast? 5 times 100 is 500. 5 times 20 is 100. 500, 100, 600. And then 5 times 535. And then my math was like 600. Anyway, so look, we can get the bounce here. And we get to about 98,595. All right. The point is, so you lose it 5 times, 635. You win it 5 times. I mean, you're talking 4,500, a little over 4,500, and then it's 4,625, right? Yeah. Okay. If you force yourself to do it, you'll do it. All right, because 5 times 25 is 125. 5 times 9, 4,500. 4,625, right? So anyway, boom. So you'd only have to win this trade half the time. Now again, you'd have to know how to do that. In that, how would you do that? You demo trade these things, because you don't want to blow through your money figuring out these probabilities. Once you gain the probability, it's there. I was watching someone the other day and he talked about flipping a coin. If you flip a coin 3,000 times, right, you might get tails 60% of the time. And you'd say, well, that's weird. It's 50%. Why? But if you flip it 6,000 times, the odds will get closer to 50%. So the more of a set you take, the more truth you're going to find. If that's interesting enough to think about. So so going over that idea, so that's why you demo trade. It gives you a larger sample size. You're just trying to find a probability. You cannot figure out probability if you don't give yourself a sample size. How are you going to know what's going to work? See, the basis of my entire stream and what I do is based off probabilities that I've tested back day in and day out to the point of no return. I put in the work, the painstaking work that most people don't want to do. When most people want to go out and hang out, when most people wanted to chill, when most people wanted to drink and party, I was alone, staring at the charts night after night, believing that I had to do it for my family and be there, becoming a man, realizing that it wasn't about me and what I wanted and all the parties and the fun. It was about me grinding, staying true to myself and focusing on what mattered for my family so I could find success. I knew there was traders that made gains, and I knew they made gains because they knew the charts. And I knew if I could study the charts, and what it meant by knowing the charts isn't just knowing the charts, quote unquote, it's having a model. It's back testing to the point of no return. So you actually have scientific, some type of mathematical evidence to back up your theory. So you're not just trading on thin air, on blindness. I know when we break above the 200 MA, there's a high likelihood that the trade plays out. Today we broke above it. We played a little bit, but for the most part, this played out. We got above the 200 and we pumped. We did it here too. The 200 created support. We continued to the upside. It doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. It doesn't mean that every single time I do it, it will happen, but it means most of the time it should. So that means I need to trade it more often than I don't. See, once you find probability, now you have to take the action. These two things are now the next step. See, these are all big actions that traders don't realize. Each is a huge step. The first step is learning technical analysis and just the terminology and being a part of a group. The second step is having the will and the creativity and the knowledge now to find your own model. All right. Or, using my model, but perfecting it to your own way. And then the third step is taking action on that model over and over again, whether you demo trade it. And then once you have that piece, converting it into a real portfolio and watching it in real time. But that's, and that's like the real science that nobody truly teaches. But that's the evolution of trading, in my humble opinion. That's kind of how it should go if you do it successfully and it works well. Without without crazy ups and downs, making huge, leverage gains back and forth, right? So good kind of trading analysis thought process there about, Can you take a look at virtual, please? Says Bruno Danello. Shout out to Bruno Danello. Thank you so much for the love, brother. Shout out to Jamie Clark. I'm new, please. Check SPX. We did look at that. Shout out to Jamie. Thank you. Can you look at Fetch, please? Thank you. Also, do you think FET could hit 20 this bull run? Thank you. You never know. I hold FET, so you never know. You never know. Wow, a lot came in here. So we got FET and virtual that we're going to look at. We already did look at SPX 69. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie Clark, not our Jamie. Another Jamie. They're both our Jamies now. Looking for this little sideways price action would be really nice here for Bitcoin. Could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I see that. I'm not blind to that. But we're more bullish than bearish today. As you can clearly see, we're in this beautiful uptrend. And things just seem to be going our way here for BTC. Triple sevens on the margin. That's interesting, right? I'd like to see this thing come back down. There's a chance it just pumps out of control, right? That would be great. And remember, we're above 97.2. That's all I want for Christmas, man. Or for the new year is this close, this Sunday night to close above 97.2. We get that, things could kind of really start to kind of move our way here. Let's take a look at FET. And there's so much opportunity in this market, and I talked about it yesterday. We went over it. So FET, and I'll just rework it, but similar. Nothing really has changed. Everything that's hot will remain hot. This will bounce, and there's different strokes for different folks. Remember, not everyone's going to be opening up the Hyperliquid account and getting into vaporware. Not everyone's going to be doing the deep dives. Not everyone's going to be doing that. Some people are going to make this safe bet and put a few billion, into Fetch. Billion, yeah. So every coin has its day here in these bull runs over time. I do see Fetch eventually making some big gains. $20 Fetch? I know, it looks like it could take a while just to get to 5, So I don't know about a $20 Fetch, especially with all the AI out there now. It's possible maybe in years to come. And I could be wrong. Maybe it does something unbelievable, but I'm seeing it struggling just to get back to its all-time high, a year ago in March. So let's see if it can get to $4, $5, and we'll go from there. But I do see this as the perfect buy zone for Fetch before a bounce. It's just going to take its time. It's a bigger market cap. It'll, should take a little longer than most to get back to 493. That's still a beautiful pump. Don't get me wrong. You're talking a 3x there. I mean, you're going to a 239% gain. I mean, that's beautiful. And that's simple. And the stop loss below 80, you just let the thing rip. I believe that Fetch is going to be a winner to 493. And you can kind of bookmark me on that. Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, my faves. Can't go wrong listening every day. Hope this helps someone. Amen. Neville Goodart is my dude, yeah. NCT made a move. Can you look, please? Thank you. Happy New Year, Sam. Here's to another year of being the OG gainitis pandemic super spreader, man. God bless you, Blair Stevenson. We super spread the gains. Can you take a look at PHNIX when you get a chance? We will. Can you take a look at Mana Truth Terminal when you get a chance? We'll take a look at Mana, NCT, and PHNIX. Let's take a look at NCT real quick. We'll jump into PHNIX and Mana. We'll get those done quickly on Deck Screener and be moving at the speed of light. So Poly Swarm, interesting. had to move. I had it in this little flag here. Didn't seem to respect the flag I put it out, but it seems to be going to the target that I had. Somewhere up there at about 606. So there you have it. I mean, ripping. And again, if you just readjusted your flag after that pump, you never know what's going to do, but it retested and bounced. Poly Swarm. Up high now, doing damage. I would delete all my work and look at it on the daily now. Again, it's just smaller market. It's not my cup of tea. If it's for you, it's for you. I just feel like the order book isn't the best, so I look for this daily to kind of recapture that 21. Possible draw a mini fib there back to that 618 fib. But it looks like that's something that's going to have to happen now. I could be wrong. Maybe it continues to pump, but I see a pullback somewhere back to 043. Then it can continue to pump to 84. But I'd like to see that 21 come back into price action on that daily. And I could be really wrong. You never know. All right. Neville changed my life, man. I listen to Neville all the time. Do you know that if you just even turn the life of one man and to see even the difference between the difference of this and the man himself? For you are not the man, but the vibration of a man, the belief of a man, and the soul of your soul is inside of your man. Yeah. I love that stuff. Based AI did a nice jump. I love it. I love it. Can you take a look at PHNIX? Let's take a look at that too. PHNIX, baby, PHNIX, and mana on True Terminal. Yeah, because there's the other mana, 100%. So I like Reploy AI. We went over it together. I own it. It could go to 0. You never know. I never want to feel like I'm shilling. I'm taking speculative. You never know. We could see, though. It's an interesting project with a lot behind it. It seems to be something worth researching. It's fun to look at. PHNIX. And this was the, that first real meme there on XIPZ. And, kind of head and shouldery. And you never know about a meme at any time, always be careful. But, for me, a beautiful 10X and then kind of starting to, and I always pull my Fibonacci on anything. And you look at a 618 fib, you look at a 786, and it just looks like some type of, retracement. It could end up going, that is a shoulder, head and shoulder, though, I'll tell you that. And that could dump you back down somewhere here, and then it could make a rounded bottom before it breaks on out. A lot of these have been doing something of that nature, or it could go sideways. Looks like a little more of a pullback, though, than before. I'd be careful on it. You never know. You never know. Again, I don't own any. It's up to you guys. It's up to kind of how you see it, but there you have it. KOLIN, one of my favorite projects that I'm in. I like KOLIN because it's a swarm of AI agents. Very interesting idea if you think about it. And it could continue to do numbers. And I'm just watching these higher lows. Let's see what could happen to KOLIN. And again, you never know. Highly speculative too as well when I jumped into KOLIN. But we'll see. KOLIN, baby. 14. Now, what was the next super chat there? Mana. Let's take a look at Mana. True Terminal was all the craze just a few months ago, right? And it got bigger and bigger. GOAT became the bigger coin. Mana is a smaller play here. And you can see it just kind of quiet. Really did nothing. Kind of just, I just drew this and was kind of watching it. It's finally made a little flag here. And there's a chance it wakes up. But it seems like AI agents have really taken over. And no one really cares about True Terminal anymore. That seems, and I could be wrong. Maybe that's a bottom buy, but I don't know, not for me. Assemble AI on Coinbase, smaller cap, interesting fundamentals. All right. Thank you for all you do, Sam. Best in the game. Can you take a look at BONK, please? Shout out to James McGuinn. And Crypto Viking. Bitcoin launching now in Sammy's BTC trade, Soul Trade. Thank you. Booming. Wow, Bitcoin gone to 98,000. And look at that thing, just absolutely ripping. 98,290 for Bitcoin, getting the huge pump to the upside. And you just gotta love it. You gotta love it. Unbelievable. Ripping out the rising wedge, getting the pump, Unbelievable. You can move that stop to break even. That thing is gone. And Bitcoin just absolutely ripping to 98K. And there you have it. The shorts get wrecked on a Friday. And we called along again here. Who is in massive gains on the Bitcoin pump to the upside? And something about being in this trading group. There's something about being around us. There's something about listening to my morning updates. And look, there's the trade right there. You can see it clear as day. The guy that gives the trade with the stop loss and everything right there in front of you. My reputation on the line if it doesn't go well. Everyone laughing at me if it doesn't go well. Trolls coming at me if it doesn't go well. Where are the trolls now when the green candles keep pumping? When people call me a shill. I can't shill Bitcoin. It's $1 billion trillion asset. I can't make this thing do this. I showed you there was liquidity to the upside at 98K. We talked about it over and over again. I said we're likely to move up. I said bookmap is right most of the time. We should get this pump to the upside, and lo and behold, we get a massive move here for Bitcoin. Unbelievable pump for BTC. I am speechless right now. 98,360 for Bitcoin. And you want to stay calm and collected. It's a nice pump, but it's just another day being a lifer. We take these gains, we make these gains. And it could be a crazy short squeeze. You're a little far away from the 21-day moving average. Now we're going to see if we can start to make some support and resistance here at 97.8. But I mean, this would be great now if it solidifies that weekly close above 97,200. That's going to be huge for the altcoins. The tightness here, the movement. I told you the 4-hour looked good to me too. It looked like the 4-hour could pump. If the 4-hour crosses that 200 MA and makes a closing there, that's a huge, huge move for Bitcoin. The 1-hour wants to continue to as well. Breaking out this original flag that we talked about. And that entry to 98,270. Unbelievable. Bitcoin absolutely ripping to the upside, taking names and kicking butt. And then we even had it, the small time frame on weeks. We had the rising wedge. In case you weren't sure how to look at it on the 1 minute. We had the bigger time frame on the 1 hour. We showed you how the 4-hour was looking good. I gave you multiple ways to look at it with multiple time frames. And there was a 1 minute trade right here that I showed you, as far as a 1-hour trade as well. And all of these played out beautifully to the upside. Unbelievable. Shout out to Crypto Viking. Boom, boom, boom. Who made massive gains today in these trades. Shout out to everybody here. Let me know if you made massive gains. Let me know if you guys took it in. Shout out to everybody. I told them not to short. Again, bang, bang, bang. 98,200 for Bitcoin. Put a 333 if you're in gains, taking gains, made gains. Shout out to the lifers. Shout out to everybody here. And how many times do I show up and do we make gains together? How many times do I show up and we make gains together? How many times do I show up and we make gains together? This is going to be great for all coins, booming to the upside. Shout out to Master Friend in the house, Crypto Plumber, After Hours Investing, and everybody here on the live. We cracked that 4-hour 200. You know it's damage time. And again, we got above the 200 on the 2-hour time frame, and boom, gone, baby, gone. The 2-hour looks absolutely lovely. The low-key time frame that nobody pays attention to, ripped with the low-key RS. Everything just looked great on it, and it got the pump. And now it's, we're back into that liquidity zone, but that's where we want to be. And we broke through that 97,200 resistance for BTC. It could be a glorious day with more pump. We'll see what happens here as we look at the 4-hour time frame. We get above that 4-hour 200 MA, and we could be gone, baby, gone. See how now the 1 minute is making a bit of a flag here. And that 1 minute could just really carry us over to 99,000. Are we going back to $100,000 today? Are we going to see 100K Bitcoin? I might be one of the first channels to really call it out here. We're getting the beautiful move back to the upside for BTC. 99,392 for Bitcoin. All right. Another 100 subs. Boom, boom, boom. I also showed you that inverted Adam and Eve. I talked about longing the daily over and over again. That daily trade is up huge. Boom, boom, boom. Absolute beginner here. Eager to learn. How do I take my profits when I'm up? I don't know. It's up to you. You press the sell button. I mean, you got to figure out what to do there. Lil Wong, full port, my man. And shout out to everybody here. If you want to get into, I made an update this morning that basically showed you why I believed we were going to pump to the upside today and showed you levels that we were watching and broke all this down. If that's something that you would have liked to receive and would have put you on the right, course today, then go to cryptolifer.com and sign up, all right, to my basically my monthly subscription. You'll love it. You'll be there. And I do a video update every morning for Bitcoin and every night. It's educational. It's informative. I break down the ins and outs of the technical analysis. I show you the probabilities of why I believe something is likely going to happen. And you learn with me on a daily basis. And then we watch it play out later on the live stream. Some days it's the live, some days it's before the live, right? And so I always caution people, join the group so you can get all that information, not miss out on those morning updates. Because yes, this was a pump live. There was a good trade right there. The rising wedge broke out. But the point is, there was so much more to understand and learn before this even happened this morning that we went over, that we were looking at, that we were waiting for, that we could execute on. And so I was already kind of planning for this pump. And you'd kind of see into the mind of a trader why I believe this pump was happening, what I was looking for the pump, and just God bless everyone that was able to take the pump. My goal as a trading leader, leading of the group, is to make sure that I'm more accurate than I'm not. And as fun as it is to say, oh, anything could happen, and I want to make sure I'm hitting. And that's why I don't take days off, because part of not taking days off makes sure is that I hit. It's the accuracy that I do not want to give up. I want to come back every day and feel that rush of hitting and help and letting everyone know we nailed it. We did it again. We nailed it again, right? And so you can start building your next trade before the trade again. You can start seeing, hey, 99,600 may be happening today. There's a chance we go higher and we continue to pump here. Shout out to Deep Book Protocol going to 1375. I told you I loaded up on Deep. I told you that's going to be the bigger play behind SWE. I went over this. I see nobody else talking about Deep. It's now getting, I see it getting kind of in the ratings and token metrics. Big moves here for Deep Book Protocol, sitting at 13.5, and it's at all-time highs. It's in price discovery right now, and altcoins are likely going to go crazy today. Bitcoin dominance also seems to be kind of pulling back. Let's take a look at that's happening while Bitcoin's pumping. If Bitcoin's pumping and you're getting Bitcoin dominant, oh my God. You see Bitcoin pumping with Bitcoin dominance pulling back? That is alt season, my friends. That means there's money flowing into the market, but there's more money flowing into the alts than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's still getting money thrown at it. And this, oof. And then if you look at Tether dominance, and if you see a dump happening for Tether dominance right now, it's alt season. Oh my gosh, look at that. And there's that bear flag that we talked about. And to me, that's on the way down, down, down. And I'm telling you right now, that is alt season beginning for Tether dominance to dump. And that could dump all the way somewhere to the beginning of March. We could have about a month and a half of alt season beginning today, right now. Alt season begins on the 3rd of January. You heard it. I mean, it's been beginning. Like, I'm not trying to say, but like, it's really on right now. Like, this is the signs of alt season, everybody. Don't you understand? This is it. This is it. These are the days to be alive. All right. Unbelievable. It really is. Like, it's intense. Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing Bio Protocol here too on token metrics there. Well, it's already got a 1.3 billion. It's got a huge market cap already. Wow. I don't, so. And this is just showing you what's happening today, Look at this, 700%, 200%, Degen Zoo. It's crazy, right? Shrub, Akuma, Bio, and Kika's still trending. So you can see I didn't get into my trade. I sold my trade for gains. I'm up on the day. I don't need to chase, but I'm starting to watch this flag. And, we're starting to get this bullish sentiment. And you can feel it in the air. A lot of bullish news too. Hong Kong, right? Saying they're going to start implementing. You know, the closer we get to the inauguration, January 6th is 3 days away. All right. And then we have the move. This is crazy what's about to happen. And then do we have Bitcoin reserves? And things really start to go our way. And if you've been in Bitcoin as long as I have, I mean, this is a major win for all of us. Huge news right now, like absolutely huge. So we saw this flag. It pumped to the upside. The target was 98,683. We got to 98,420. And it looks like there's some gains coming out of here. I don't know how I just did that. I must have just closed it, right? Anyway. Weird. I'll get it back over here. But so the idea is, that flag looks good to me. And thank you, dear Lord, for everything you provided for the trading group and for everybody here. 2,400 people here, even when there's supposed to be vacation. It's supposed to be, you know, most people aren't paying attention to the markets and all that. But, you know, you tell the lifers not to pay attention to a Bitcoin pump after what we've all been through in our lives. And we're just, you know, we're going to celebrate a Friday and Bitcoin's doing damage. And I love that I gave a long that played out. Like, that's all I care about. I called the market correctly this morning. We got the pump. It's now up to you to take profits and to figure out kind of how you want to babysit your trade, right? That could be a double top M pattern. Look at your 15. You are a little far away from the 21-day moving average on that 15. It could be an explosive move on the bigger time frame. The 4-hour could continue to press. It's all about this 200 MA on the 4-hour. We get above that, I mean, we can continue to rip, regardless of anything else, really. So I'll remind myself of that, but I'm not loving what I'm seeing here. It would have been better had the 45 angle stayed. All right. Not saying it can't happen, but it's more likely now this is kind of M pattern going to dump. And why not go after the longs now too? I mean, they'll go either way on this. Be careful. It's still a low liquidity Friday. Don't get too excited about a couple pumps. And, you know, a couple bumps in the road, a couple bumps and dumps. You know, just be careful. You see how I'm staying low key. We're not screaming and yelling, oh, gains. I mean, there's good gains. Don't get me wrong. I'm super excited that we made massive gains. That was a huge pump. But let's get real. Let's not get get overly crazy here. This could be making a beautiful inverted head and shoulder of some type. It could be making a nice tight channel. And so we're going to, again, build the trade before the trade is there. An aggressive entry. Bitcoin is pretty bullish, though, and we're already up on the day. In the last 5 trades, we've gone very well, too. 1 out of 6 trades. We've lost 1 out of 6, which tells me, okay, Sam, you can be a little more risky than before, but not too risky. 97,872. I go 100 for 6, 150 for 624. I like that. I'd like to see it bounce and get tight though first. So I'm going to keep that on ice and get back to the super chats, but that's something that I'm looking at there for BTC. Spot bags booming to the upside. Oh yes. Oh yes. And a coin that I like is Chex Chintai. I didn't buy any. I almost bought some this morning at 50, and I knew about it when it was very low at like 4 cents. It's already up at about a 10x, and we did even interview my man Eric and Chintai. I remember his name correctly. I could be wrong, but I believe that's my buddy. And great project. Seemed like they had good direction. Really smart process. Well regulated. They understand. It seemed like they had some things figured out that a lot of companies couldn't, so they just kind of using Chintai's technology to run their RWA on the, so they're just using Chintai on the back end because Chintai already has a bunch of the, you know, basically the regulations, the whole thing figured out. It's like a one-step process ready, locked in already. So you figure, where would I rather go? But Chintai's got what you need, you know. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. I like the low stochastic. Maybe it dialed down the risk slightly, but I'm almost there. I was almost about to enter. I was a second away from entering. And then it's funny how you could you get what's called trader instinct after years of trading, and there's something about the moment you finally enter the trade. It's different than the moment you don't. I can't explain it, meaning like that moment, there's a second where you're just like, yeah, I'm okay with it. But there could be a split second where right after that or before it where you're not okay with it. I can't explain that. Because it's just like a trade. It's just like when the candle finally moves. There's that one moment. There is a bottom. There is a moment when I'm in, and there's a moment when I'm not in. And it could depend on it can be very subtle based on years of my subconscious mind being twisted around. I don't even know why my subconscious mind might react the way it's reacting. I can't even place that. All I know is it's there, and I listen. This is after you bend your mind over time. If you do what I've done and you look at the charts over and over again to your point of no return, it's just insanity. But that's what I hope to help you do, is to skip some of that and learn what I've learned without having to go through all of that. And that's the goal. That's the plan. That's the hope. That's the dream. And we become a dream team together. You point things out that I've never seen. I point things out that you've never seen. Together, we become amazing. Look at this. A beautiful Adam and Eve double bottom possibly forming there for Bitcoin too. There's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance, right? Could be a slope and descending. I'm seeing it. It's a slow volume Friday. I'm still reminding myself it's not Tuesday. Tuesday this could pump probably would be continuing by now, and we would have had maybe more shorts to liquidate based on the participants in the markets and the more volume that we had around the market. Sign up for Crypto Live for newsletter. A great way. Love learning. Thank you for saying that. Whales have been buying the next meme coin Fog. It's not the next. Fog's been around a long time. How is it the next? Let's look at ASM, ATH, ACLH, Injective Protocol, Virtual, and Neural. Wow, we got a lot coming at us right now. And now it's starting to make a bit of more of a bull flag, right? And we do have to take into account that 15-minute further away for the 21. I did not enter the trade yet. I want to make that very clear. I did not enter the trade. That would be a nice fear buy right now, though. Or most people would be sketched out to buy. That could be really nice value. 76 for 630, too. Look at that, though. If I could put the stop at 9 quadruple sevens. The stop is going to be at 9872. It's going to be very high, like right around there. That's very risky. Looking bullish though. Another idea that could start forming is this one here. And we're going to make a beautiful ascending triangle, right? With an even bigger target. That could take you to 99.5. Like, we could see 100K today. The more I'm watching the market, the more it's telling me and speaking to me. It's starting to whisper 100K to me. It's saying, Sammy, 100K is coming. Just get ready. It's only a matter of time, Sammy. 100K is coming, Sammy. Yeah. When you muted my browser, isn't that weird? So strange. If it's really bullish, we could go to 100K again. 100%. I like it. He just said the same thing. I like it, man. I like when we're all spot on, man. I don't mind. This trade's pretty risky here. Let's see if I have to go down to 97,730. I just want to see where I'm looking at. That gives me just a more protection for sure. It's 145 for 6. I'd go to break even on the day. Makes sense on a Friday. Or on the last hour there. I'm still not sold on it just yet. Let me bounce back out here and jump back into the chat. ASM. We'll take a look at ASM real quick. All right. But wow, that Bitcoin that Tether dominance looking beautiful for the altcoins. And you see Cardano, everything really came up strong. When you see Cardano back above $1, that's a big deal. ASM, AS Monaco. I mean, I see a bear flag there on the daily. And I could be wrong, but that looks like it's going lower. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't really see a big bullish divvy. Yeah, I don't know. Am I upside down for some reason? Is the chart supposed to be bumping? I don't know. The thing looks bearish to me. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't touch that thing. Of all the coins out there, that thing doesn't even, who knows, right? I mean, you got all AI agents, we're pumping. We got, heck, charts from 2017 pumping, and that thing ain't doing a dang thing. I'd stay away from that. Anyway, let's take a look at ATH Ether. Everything was in this long-term downtrend for about a month straight. Everything finally broke it. This thing is decentralized infrastructure for gaming, right? GPU usage, right? It thing's hot. Deep in. Double bottom there. Came back to the same resistance point. Bit of a giant cup and handle. I'm in this coin. I see it going to 11. It moves pretty slow. There's better out there. I wouldn't be surprised if I sold it for virtual. I'd probably be in a better spot. But it is what it is. ATH Ether. I'm still holding my bag. I don't like to jump out of bags. The second you jump out of a bag, it usually pumps. And the bag you jumped in usually has an issue. So I'm always like, I'm not into doing that. Doesn't mean I'll sell something that's not up and then find maybe a better opportunity. That's different. But I'm not just going to sell something because it didn't perform exactly when I wanted it to. I see it there going to 11 and continuing. It's a great deep in project. Really hasn't got started yet. People really haven't paid attention to it yet. When it starts to rip, I see a big move coming. Yeah, Bitcoin dumped all the way back to 97,900, and I can expect something of that nature here for Bitcoin. I got the ATH node, great coin, but the circulating supply is low. Interesting. Apologies for the question. Allow me to rephrase it, please. When trying to collect profits, is it more common to sell only a fraction to cover the profits or sell everything completely? It's up to you, really. I'm in and out, man. I'm day trading, and I take care of the whole position. But if you're, you can swing trade. And again, I can see what's happening on the bigger time frames. I'm usually, if you're not sure, your TA is not as solid, then you could basically ladder in and ladder out because you're not sure as much. I'm pretty sure that 80% of the time I'm selling the local top, and that if it comes, it's likely an area that I definitely want to bounce out of, right? So. Alchemist AI, let's take a look here. So I got in a $140 million market cap. It slumped, pumped. It's kind of going sideways. It seems to be hot. It's drawing some attention. For whatever reason, the coin is orange too. When I look at it, it was yesterday. It was. I don't know why it was doing something cool. It was like orange yesterday. Maybe it's not now. Anyway, I like this coin. I'm personally in it. I got into it somewhere around here in December 9th. So it's been a long time. But it's completely up to you. You do your research. You find out what makes you, what makes you tick. I like these AI agents. They speak to me. They make sense. They're interesting. I like a moving investment, meaning an investment that can change and turn into something different. And, and again, it's also speculative in that nature because, it may not be able to do everything it said it could do, but I like it. So I'm in this coin. The market cap's growing and it's on cookie.fun. It's starting to gain some momentum. And if people keep seeing virtual continue to grow, they see the $1 billion market caps, they're going to start looking below to the 500, to the 120s. And this one, to me, is in the sweet spot. It's coming back to support as resistance. It's shown resilience after that low and the bounce back up. And so, yeah, I'm in this coin and I could see more possibly coming for it. And maybe it doesn't. Who knows? 38 cents looks like my next target, though, for Alchemist AI. But thank you so much for that super chat. May God bless you. We appreciate you. Let's take a look at Injective Protocol. Injective, which is a great decentralized exchange on Atom. Cosmos, right? Really is the hub of Atom. It's the hub of Cosmos, right? You use it a lot. I'm staking there on Injective. I own Injective. I like the whole Atom ecosystem. It does move pretty slow. Again, could have sold all my coins for virtual. Would have been in a better place. I get it. I did still swing trade virtual and then got myself some exposure. I'm not saying I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I did a couple quick moves that got me kind of into some last minute positions that are now, beginning to pay off slowly but surely. All right. And I don't really show a lot of what I buy. It's really, my own little game and I see what could happen. Right. But if you're in my trading group, I do share my portfolio and I show you what I'm looking at. And if you want to be a part of a group of people that just don't take time off, that are really pushing, and you really want to be a part of something bigger than yourself, you want to feel that feeling, I think that feeling is in the Lifer Trading group. I truly believe when I'm gone, there'll still be a vibe there forever. I hope I'm not gone. I hope I live forever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's an everlasting vibe there that I can feel. I'm watching the 3-day chart. That's the chart that says the low, the higher low is in. Everything else is smoke and mirrors to me. The 3-day chart's my go-to. And this says we're headed back to 52. And that's our next big target for injective protocol. And there's only a matter of time. Again, I'm in it, so I'd like to see that happen. But that's what the TA suggests, that we could go to 52, up 176% gains for injective protocol. I love injective. It's hot. Right? PBTC, Soul, Virtual, and Neural. All right. And people are like, it's funny that XVG came out of nowhere again. I just find it so strange. Out of nowhere, people trade in Verge. When I saw it pumping like a month ago, I was like, what's going on here? And like, it actually didn't give back a lot of the gains. It actually, it consolidated there on the 3-day chart. Look at that 3-day consolidation. When you consolidate on the 3-day chart, it's very unlikely you're going to dump. It's more likely you're going to bump because it's such a massive time frame. Again, I hold none of this coin, don't really care. I used to trade this thing back in the day, and then it got that P-Hub partnership, which was really strange. I remember that day. But, this is interesting. I like what it's doing, and I like the consolidation. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see this thing head to 3-3. I just don't get why. Why? I don't understand what the narrative behind this old 5-year coin is. But, hey, a win's a win for anybody. So, this thing looks like it's headed to 3-3 from 1-4. And that's about a double up, right? 127%. The 3-day chart looks great. I can't say anything about that. So, do you think this could be a dead cat bounce on the daily? Are we about to pull back into a death cross? I don't think. I just look at the charts. We'd have to lose the TMAI on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah. He said, I decided to hold coins. Can't get the trading thing, but yet I still pay to be in the 99. That should tell you something about the lifers. Awesome group of people. Also, you know what I also think is good about it is we go over a lot of coins there. So you don't even have to be a trader, but you could just be someone that wants to learn, and you'll learn so much. You'll learn about narratives, coins, ideas. Once a week, come to the screen share. That's worth $99. There's some people that they don't even participate in the group. They're just there once a week. They listen to the screen share. They write a few things down. They participate. And that's what they love. Everyone does. There's so much that we offer in the trading group that everyone joins it for a different reason, and everyone stays for a different reason. At the end of the day, it's there to help you push yourself to the limit. If that's helping you do that, then I'm doing my goal. PBTC, someone asked for purple Bitcoin. Of course, right? Market cap 6 million. And I don't see how that would take off just because it's called purple Bitcoin. I don't know, man. It's up to you guys. Little flag there, kind of a cup in handy. You never know. It seems like anything can go these days, so. But you never know. You really never know. I gotta move on. I just can't. You can understand, right? Yeah. Maybe you found a gem. Virtuals protocol all the way to 4. All right, so virtuals ripped. I want to see it get to 5. All right, but let's take a look at what happened here. The agents got kind of crazy. I think people went a little nutty making agents. I truly believe Vapor is the one. All right. But as virtuals, remember, people are using virtuals to get in. So as more agents are hot, people are going to sell virtuals for the agents. Now that's a run-up of a run-up. Look at that. That's a blow off top. Sad to say, but what goes up must come down. 3-day chart very far away from the 21-day moving average. Every time I've seen that, there has been a bit of a pullback. And so I would expect virtuals to probably cool off here. Major bearish div. If it doesn't, I'd be surprised. But every time I've seen divergence like this, we've pulled back. Pull your Fibonacci. You can pull the giant one and says we come back here. This one enough says we come somewhere back down there. So I'll be honest, it looks like Virtuals is going to chill out for a second and pull back. Does that mean all the agents on Virtuals are going to dump? I don't think so, but I don't know. You know, there could be a kind of cool off here at Virtuals. Could be kind of that blow off top on Virtuals. And that's why I'm watching that vaporware, because the money's going to start going somewhere, and Hyperliquid is set up and presenting itself for that next big move. And there's going to be a lot of stuff on vaporware. So yeah, Virtuals does look like it's going to come down. Now, the rest of the market's looking good, but Virtuals had its own pump. Now, it doesn't mean if it still keeps building, it could go sideways here and continue to pump. You see? And you can still see a 783. The way it's moving, that looks likely the machines don't want to lose. But and even if the machines are hot, I see 338 as the pullback. I would be looking to buy. I'd be looking to buy right there. So just keep a track on Virtuals, see what's happening. I'll pull this back, you get a better look there. And there's your 618 golden pocket, which would be ideal, 332. A limit order there might be a key idea. Some bearish divergence oversold. Stochastic seems like that was your blow off top there at $5.26. I mean, it went to $5.20. I mean, it's insane. It did hit my target at about $5. I wanted $5.50. And now it's got to pull back, in my humble opinion, or go somewhat sideways before the next bigger pump. Bitcoin at 97,780. In case you were sitting on your hands freaking out, don't worry, 97,800. Still a beautiful price for Bitcoin. We're doing great. It's a great day. Neural AI, right? Or Neural. There's a bunch of ones called Neural. There's so many different ones. I believe you're talking about Neural AI. Neural AI did great with the double up. And it's still holding 12. We got in around $7, $5, $6, $7. It went to a high of, I think, 17 cents. Wow. Came down. Now it's got the bounce. I like this coin. It's got a good following. The nerds like it. The deep divers love it. And there's a chance it does a 50x from when we got in at the very early stages. Market cap's pretty small still, too. And I see another leg possibly. I do own it, so who knows. But thank you for the super chat. If it gets back above this high at 17, I could see it head further to 25. That was what the TA suggests on the measured move. Again, you never know. It's speculative in nature, but they got a good team. They're working, and they're not going anywhere. I see Neural AI continuing, and they're for the gaming industry where you can, like, basically create your avatar very fast, and you can even build, and it could help gaming move pretty fast. And then we got a super chat there for PEAQ. I'm all over the super chat today. I'm faster than fast, grabbing them at the speed of light. Not letting them get away from me here, especially while we're also tracking BTC. 97,820. We never lost track of Bitcoin. While we gave you a live trade, while we showed you a beautiful pump. So let's go over the facts today. Showed up today long for Bitcoin. Showed up I was in a trade. I took profit. Trade did pump even more. You could have taken massive gains. And we had a huge pump to 98,000. Like, it was awesome. 98.8, where was the high there today? 98,463. And we tracked this little flag here. Still not over yet. Still kind of flagging out. That thing could still turn into something. That could be the win right there. Still a chance of 100K on the board here, too, for BTC. That flag looks very interesting. Hold on. As I recap, I realize there's still opportunity out here every day. Below the 21 is pretty awesome because it means you're likely to pump. Because you got to get back to the 21 to pump. When you're already below it, then you can go far above it too. I realized that recently one day. I sat there philosophically. Every once in a while I have a talk with myself, with my system, and my mind will say, hey, Sam, you ever think about it this way? I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like, isn't that? I'm like, wow, bro, you just blew my mind. I'm like, thanks, bro. Thanks for this talk, bro. We just went deep into that one, man. Amazing, dude. You ever have that talk with yourself in TA, though? You're like, You see something differently and you think, hey, why don't I look at it this way? And then you're like, whoa, mind blown. Like when I first flipped the chart upside down, I was like, oh my gosh, that does look like a bear flag about to pop down below that 200 MA, about to downside there. So PEAQ, man, we knew PEAQ was hot. I told you anytime PEAQ took a dip, it was probably likely going to rip, and it did. And it went right back to that all-time high again. It was like no fail. This coin is hot. It's got all the bells and whistles. And I truly believe there's a lot more coming out of PEAQ. I see it headed to $1 and beyond. But it's up to you. You do whatever makes you happy. Possible double top there. It's got to get back above. But beautiful support at 49. And it showed that love off the Fibonacci from this wick to that wick. It bounced beautifully off of that 618 golden pocket. You got to love it. Could be a nice little pullback somewhere back to 58 one more time. Anything below 60 to me would be a steal for PEAQ. Not sure if I'm too late. Can you look at Strawberry AI? I remember that coin. It's been a while. I haven't looked at it in a while. Whatever happened to it? We actually liked it back. I actually liked it for whatever reason. When I first came, I was like, eh. But I liked it. Let's see what happened to it. I haven't looked at it in a month, so I love this. A coin that I was somewhat speculative on in my mind. Did it ever go anywhere? Wow, so the last time I looked at it, somewhere there in November 23rd, it's been a while. I said, I like it. It looks like a good bounce. And it did get a bit of a bounce. Went up. It's up from when I first looked at it, which is interesting. So I did speculate. My speculation so far seems to be somewhat okay. And it's been a month and it's still strong. Not getting a lot of love, but not getting a lot of dumpage either. Has this beautiful uptrend. Could see it make that bigger ascending triangle. And that flag's starting to break out, and it's on its way. You know, because it's been around for so long and it's just continuing on an uptrend, I don't see why it can't stop. The trend is your friend until it's not. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. You would expect a higher high, and 71 would be that measured move. The algorithmic move of this bend, of this move here, wick to wick. Maybe even a little lower, 69, 70. Yeah, 70, 71 looks like the next stoppage here. It will have a little bit of resistance at 48, obviously, when it gets to that all-time high. Strawberry AI. RPL. Let's take a look at RPL in the game here. Rocket Pool. This was an old one. I remember this one back in the day. It feels like, right? So yeah, this was cool until it wasn't. Nobody really talks about it anymore. It has to get back above its daily 200 MA. It's in the same position as almost all the... Look at every coin is in the falling wedge, attempting to break out. If it breaks its daily 200 MA, I don't see why it doesn't head further to 23. But, I mean, it's a lost cause compared to the rest of the market. I don't know what happened there. But, Ian, this market looks like everything's going to pump eventually. And then you get this slanted Adam and Eve that we talked about a lot. And so all you do is you take the top of the Adam and Eve. You take this and... It says 90% chance this thing is going to be somewhere at 41. Hold me to that. Bookmark that. But I've been playing this idea that you just buy here without even thinking and it goes to 41. Again, you got to do your research, but that's what I've been looking at. And again, you got to do your research. It's got to feel more comfortable for you. 97.9. Bitcoin getting the pump to the upside here. Out that flag looking pretty juicy. Looking like it may want to continue to pump. I mean, that takes you to 99,136. No joke on that move, right? And the stop could be below 97,415. I got 97,510 to shave some risk. 100 for 250, right? So 140 for 356. And you got a 385 for a G. Let's take a look at my 15. 15 minutes about to rip. That looks really good to me. The 4 hour above the 200. It's battling it. You know, there's a chance we get rejected and I lose the trade. So it's high risk when you're battling the 200 MA on that 4 hour time frame. But man, back to 98,000. I'm so excited. We're above 99, 97.2. We called along today. And look, now you got this liquidity all the way to 99K. They want 99K and they want it bad. I'll take this trade. If I lose it, I'm down 150 for the day. It is a Friday though, right? I could just take my gains and be happy. That's why I'm always cautious. Everyone's like, why trade small amounts? Because there's no reason to give back gains, even if you're up millions of dollars. Why even give back $200? That's a tip I could give a waitress or something. You know what I mean? Why give money back I don't need to give back? Sentiment change quick over here. Hey, buddy, I want to learn from Brent, from Beast. How much is your course and where's the link? I want to learn from you. Right there, go to CryptoLifer.com and find out all the information you need right here. CryptoLifer.com. Join my trading group. Join my trading group. Once you're in the group, you're gonna have access to my course inside there. It's a bunch of videos that'll help you out and teach you what you need. All right. Whales are buying FWOG. I guess they are, man. I hope they continue. Good for them. People seem to think I care about what a whale does. Sometimes I do, I guess. PHA could be on its next move. I see what you're saying there. It is in that Fibonacci retracement. I mean, look at that puppy, right? Huge divergence there on the 2-hour time frame. And it had a huge pump recently, and it's with the Polkadot ecosystem. That heads back to 82 cents. Whole market looks like it's about to rip. Brother, thank you so much for the God spread love, man. God bless you. For all the God spread love, man. God bless you. May you look at Quant, please. God bless you, man. Take profits, everybody. This is a weekend trap, obvious. Who knows what it is? I don't know what it is. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything's obvious to me. Bouncing off the golden pocket and having the 2-day chart getting ready for a huge move does not look like a weekend trap, but I don't know. Looking for that possible inverted head and shoulder. AVAX got above the 2-hour 200 MA. It's a bullish sign. Last time we did that, we went on a massive run. And that could signal the beginning of another massive run for AVAX. You look here on the daily time frame, and I'm just looking for AVAX to bounce off that 618 golden pocket, which it did. Beautiful. And we went over this and talked about it. And AVAX bounced beautifully. Why do you think I have the Fibonacci pulled? Why is it white? Why do I talk about the golden pocket till I'm blue in the face? And look at that cup and handle for AVAX. That thing is gone. Last buy at 34 cents. I firmly believe that was your local bottom. And AVAX is on the way to $110. And it's going to be there by, it says it could get there by March or May. June, but a little far-fetched for June. REEF, if you get in real fast. REEF? I don't know, man. REEF, really, of all coins? Really? That's the one you want to look at? REEF, dude? REEF is in the bottom of the bottoms. Come on, man. It gets above the 200 MA. A couple times it barely did. Just an old coin, really, that didn't really fulfill what it was supposed to do. And again, I wouldn't be surprised. Fine, maybe the whole market rips. REEF comes back up in here, and it's a great buy right now. But can I not talk about REEF ever again? Thank you. Just let me be free, please. Strawberry Eye looks interesting. For whatever reason, and the last time I liked it, I still like it. Looks like there's some gains coming out of this puppy. And it heads to 90 cents. It's only 37 right now. And GRIFFAIN, as we're at 1210. Let's look at GRIFFAIN. Last time I put out GRIFFAIN, it was in the flag and it pumped beautifully. And GRIFFAIN just continuing. Since I put out GRIFFAIN, it's up 125%, and I see it going to 65 cents. It's going to my target. And there it is. I mean, there's not much else to say. Shout out to anyone that took the GRIFFAIN call when I called it here. And I mean, we even talked about GRIFFAIN when it first started coming out. But, we can swing trade these two coins too. You don't have to 10x everything. I talk about that. I'm a trader. We just need to trade. And our baby Sentio, which is the drag and drop AI agent. And I just like what it's doing. And we'll kind of rework the chart here too, but it bounced off of Fib 2 as well. It's somewhat sideways, but that's what I like. I like to see these coins just consolidate. Consolidation means buy and sell pressure on a smaller scale, but no bigger sells coming in. And so, and it just kind of, and it looks more appealing over time. And that trade is more appealing to a long trader than a short trader. So it's going to induce longs. And so that's why a bullish pattern is a bullish pattern, right? It just, these, you know, I see this thing continuing. I'm in it. I like this coin. I see it going up. And I could be wrong, but I do see it going up. All right. And we nailed those super chats, man. We didn't miss a beat, didn't miss a boat. We nailed it. Shout out to Lakochi. Shout out to Ivan Rogue. Shout out to Gabouche. Shout out to Joshua Richardson. You're never late, buddy. You're always in the right place, right where God put you, buddy. Thank you, Joshua. Shout out to Ace P. Avalanche. We nailed it. Shout out to Ivan Rogue. Sen. We nailed it. Better tokenomics than virtual. I like it. I like it. And are we talking about the same Sen, though? There's two Sens, right? Are you talking about Sentio? I hope so, right? There's Sen Spark, too, right? Do you think this could be a dead cat bounce? I do not. I don't think much, but it doesn't, like, you know, we'll see what the charts convey. They're not conveying that, but we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. Shout out to Gabouche again. We love you, brother. Master Kings, you think it could be a dead cat? We no. And then Alec Gutswiller, apologize for the nothing is stupid here. We love you. Cisco Kid, thank you for the super chat. And we read these super chats already. I'm just saying thank you to the people, just in case people think I'm not reading the chats if you're new to the stream. RPL, thank you, prepaid team. Master Friend, Send Cream for the gainitis. Again, brother, can we check Neural? Boom. Tau on base. And I like what I'm seeing. My man, Mr. Price, check out Alchemist AI. Thank you. God bless you, Little Wong. Update on my baby, Injective. Hey, Sam, looking at ETH. Love it. Great show. Keep up the good work. What are your goals for GRIFFAIN? I have none. What do you do, Sam? Best of the game. Could you take a look at BONK, please? Assemble AI. I didn't get a look at BONK. I remember not doing BONK. I remember not doing it. Isn't that weird? So BONK looks like every coin of the game. It's in the higher low. The altcoins are finally going to get their move. Looks like Bitcoin dominance is releasing us from the pains of alt prison. And alt season is upon us. And we just, it's starting to get this massive move here. And if you've been waiting as long as me, and you have as much as I have in there, it's been a long time coming, man. And they took it to the wire recently in the last few weeks. They brought a lot of coins all the way back to their previous lows again, almost. It was just nuts. But Cardano prevailed back above a bean. Things are starting to look up here for the altcoin market and the total market cap too as well. I see this continuing. BONK headed to rip. I mean, I believe that's one of your best prices to get BONK right now. And I don't even own it, but it's up to you. You got to figure that out for yourself. Get the education. Make it happen. Looks like we're headed higher here to 99,000, possibly even to 100K. You can see now they built this. That wasn't there before. Now there's heavy stops, shorts. They're going to go after the short stops right there, and they're going to liquidate those shorts at 99,000. I would not want to be a short today. A big squeeze coming up to $100,000. I would just be careful. Bitcoin looks like more is coming for BTC. This is getting more sideways price action. The breakout was real. The flag is real. And this thing could do some damage right now. A bit of a slanted shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. Still working the pattern, still feeling out the trade, but it's getting closer to a possible yes instead of a no here for BTC. God bless you all. I'm going to jump on in and do my macro technical analysis video. If I do anything different, let me, I'll let you guys know. I'm liking this trade right now. I may make the trade here just to kind of get it out of the way. I'm going to start small and then we'll add to it if it continues. So I added to the trade. If it gets up and retests, I'm going to add to it again. But I'm long now for a move back up to about 99,240. And I see a massive short squeeze about to happen here for Bitcoin. I could be wrong, but my trader instinct is sniffing a squeeze here and a big pump coming for Bitcoin. I may be wrong. I can't pump Bitcoin. It's a big asset. I see a massive short squeeze about to happen. Just brah. They're coming for them right now. I would be careful if I was shorting the market. I would be careful if I was shorting the market. Super chats will keep coming in if I don't jump on out of here. Shout out to the 2,100 people on the live. Can we get 1,000 likes, please? I know you guys can do it. 879 people. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. There's thousands of people here. Let's go over what we did that deserve the like. We talked for 2 hours straight completely. We talked about motivation, Jim Rohn, and where to find yourself if you're lost. I talked about building up your mental energy if you're depressed and how I was able to find myself out of depression through working out. We went over multiple coins. I talked about so many different AI coins, and we went over so many, I think more altcoins than probably any other channel may go over today. We broke down some things on token metrics. I talked about ideas and coins that I'm into. A lot of different coins that I said, hey, I do have a position in this. We also gave a live Bitcoin trade that continued to play out and pumped in front of you. We showed you how to enter it on multiple different time frames, and those all played out. I don't know what more I could do. I'm doing every single thing I can to help as many single people as I can the best way I know how. I could make pre-recorded videos all day and sit inside my studio, but like, would I get as much action done? No. Would I really get you to find out who I am? No. Would you really see the vibes of me? No. I want you to understand who I am live. I want to connect with you on this minute by minute basis, second by second. I want to breathe the air that you breathe. I want to be here, baby. And I love it. 98,000 for Bitcoin. And I just gave another live trade right now. And we'll see what happens. I don't win every single trade, but I win most of them. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I love you all more than you would ever know. I thank you so much for jumping on in every single day. I care about you guys because your success is my success. If you're not successful, then nobody says the lifer's the man. I become cool if you become successful. That's how my world becomes awesome. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I can't wait to see each and every one of you tomorrow for the morning update. We're back to another week. I can't believe we did it. And back on another year, already 3 days into 2025. May God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you all tomorrow for another beautiful live stream and in the trading group. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. What are you going to start today that's going to change your life? Don't wait for someone else. It's up to you. You've got this. You've got this. Just go. Go.